Milton wanted us to use some of his guitars in the lounge. We created a fake family that lives in this house.
Definitely the first time making a family.
Yeah. Would you like your butt warmed?
I would.
My pleasure. Basically anything that stays, we'll inventory. Like we'll take photos, we'll measure. If we use it or not is still up to be decided.
These chairs are beautiful real wood. They should stay and they should be a part of the evolution of the house.
You know, not that it's all about the kids, but I think there's something to be taught to my children here too, right? I want them to see this place from its infancy to grow up to be this thing, like almost heritage.
Well, if you're wondering what a pirate chandelier is, it's this. It's this light. So we had to approach the design as a whole.
Yeah.
Which was hard to find the first direction. You need something. We were hoping one thing. You're hoping like a lamp will inspire you. You're hoping one thing will inspire you, but we kind of had to go a little bit broader and a little bit more abstract than that. Milton wanted us to use some of his guitars in the lounge. We created a fake family that lives in this house. And each bedroom is representative of that family member.
Definitely the first time making a family.
Yeah. For example, we're in the Constance room. Constance, she's the youngest sister. Then we attached a personality trait to that character. So it was cheerful. And we tried to choose words that like evoked a imagery. Because when you're designing, you want to have a point of reference that you can always come back to, because it makes making decisions so much easier.
The story goes that it's called the Trinity House Inn because the bricks are actually from Trinity, Scotland, and they were brought over as the ballast of a ship. So when it was built in 1859, that was actually the source of the red bricks. So we have actually lowered the amount of rooms that will be offered. So we're gonna have 6 suites, and then there are 6 en suites, so 6 bathrooms for those suites. We're creating 2 public restrooms as well. So one will be on the main floor because there was no public restroom on the main floor. And the other, which we're really excited about, is we're creating a bathroom that's accessed from the patio. So if we do have people enjoying the patio, like having a glass of wine and a snack, they don't have to go through the building. They'll have their own public restroom out there that's accessed from the patio. It's about 4,200 square feet in total.
Basically anything that stays, we'll inventory. Like we'll take photos, we'll measure. If we use it or not is still up to be decided.
Our main strategy with the walkthrough was really what is real. It always comes back to what's a real material, what's made of wood, what's made of real ceramic tile. A lot of the details of the actual house are real, so that was never the issue. Sourcing things like furniture, these chairs are beautiful real wood, and they might need an update to their fabric, but they're in good condition, so they should stay and they should be a part of the evolution of the house.
The headboard in here is fun.
I was on the opening team for the Drake Hotel. Back then I was just sort of tossing vegetables in a pan, but I rose up to junior sous chef by the time that I left. It sort of just really opened my eyes to a different way of doing things. There was just so many different elements to the Drake. It was really an eye-opener to see that all these things can actually work in harmony as opposed to being their own separate entities, right? Like the one couldn't happen without the other. That was a really important lesson. For a while, we thought that we were just gonna get a really nice cottage. Come on in, folks. Tell you, every time I come in here, what a trip. But I don't think I can just sit back in a chair and just relax, and I think that there's also a real opportunity here. So of all the furniture in this beautiful place, this is all that's left. Nothing has gone in the landfill at all. People have come and picked it up. We sold a little bit to some old antique shops. This is all that's left from all the rooms and all the furniture. Everything really just slid into place over years to make it seem like there was no way I couldn't not get this place, right? I had to. You know, it's a 150-year-old house, right? 170-year-old house almost. And what he has done to restore this plaster and these walls, like, it is absolutely unbelievable. Look at that. The worst serendipity ever, my parents passed away, right? And we got a bit of inheritance.
And without being tacky and talking about money, it's like, I also tell people that it's Milton's inheritance, because to be able to do something like this, you can't just do it. And to close it down for 6 months and do a huge renovation and a whole facelift is a massive investment. And the fact that we can do that is remarkable. And not because we're wealthy. This is Milton's future, and it's like reinvesting his inheritance.
This is fresh, man. This is really exciting. Like, I am over the moon with how good of shape this is in. Dad was like not an excitable fellow. He was very British and they're both very British, but I think Dad would be, I think Dad would be he'd be proud, sure. Yeah, for sure. They would both be pretty impressed by this. No, zero issues so far.
We're just laying out the rooms together so that we can get a visual of the colors that we've pulled together. Once you have the vision board, you've kind of pulled together all of your colors, and that's what we kind of deem the color story.
Georgina's room paint and ceiling wallpaper. It's the colors that appropriately work with one another and create that, they emulate the words that we're trying to capture in each room.
Right, it's how we connect back to the personalities. How we looked at this book was really like squinting our eyes just to like grab the colors instead of the style of the rooms. And we're using the colors to evoke the emotion of the personalities of the rooms. Seeing everything together lets you know that like this whole building's gonna be cohesive.
Yeah, and we've worked to watch how each room interacts with the next so that as doorways are opened, each color interacts properly. So colors that are on the main floor don't necessarily interact with colors on the second floor and then up into the loft.
Would you like your butt warmed?
I would.
My pleasure. Anne-Marie and Milton are dream clients because we have a trust already. It's like when a contractor is in the middle of doing the job and you walk in and it looks like it got blown up, it's gonna be put back together again. So you just have to trust that it's gonna come back together again. And that's what design's like. This is an expedited project. Just the fact that that there's so much labor that needs to be done, that the design needs to be, they need to know what they're doing really quickly.
I'm really torn. I really want to keep this. Everybody else says absolutely not. This house was built in the 1800s. How amazing is that, right? Remember that wacky little closet shower? That place is way bigger now. That's not a ridiculously sized shower at all anymore. It's definitely a part of Gant's history and everything.
We're just so committed to this town, and it's so exciting to be a local person who's bought the Trinity House. We're not changing it. We're keeping it as the Trinity House. Like, we're carrying it on into the new era. It's not like we're destroying it into apartments or something.
You know, not that it's all about the kids, but I think there's something to be taught to my children here too, right? I want them to see this place from its infancy to grow up to be this thing and to be this, like, almost heritage.